Hi 143 fam, I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. Each month, I give away 2 free readings. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know how you've connected to the messages. Also, let me know that you have subscribed. I will alert winners in April on April 30th. So if you hear from me sooner than that, I haven't chosen winners yet. Make sure you check my reply back to you on April 30th because that's when winners will be announced. Also, I've just set up a new Instagram, so make sure you connect with me and follow me on there. I'll be following everybody back as well. You can find me under Urban Soul Guru or just look me up under channel 143 by Antonia. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm so grateful for your support on my channel. Now let's jump in to your mid-month love horoscopes. Hi Scorpio. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising in love for April 15th through the end of the month. Scorpio in love, April 15th through the end of the month in love. Scorpio, I do still have some availability in April. If you'd like to book a personal reading or if you'd like to get some healing work done with me, I'm offering emergency sessions now. Some of your cards trying to pop already. For those of you who need a little bit of a quicker turnaround, you can check that out on my website, UrbanSoulGuruCo.com. Okay, Scorpio. Interesting message here. I'm feeling like there's a lot of peace around a reconciliation. But here's the thing. This is what's interesting. For some of you, you're going to peacefully reconcile. Everybody's going to drop their defenses, both parties. You get back together, you move forward. What's done is done. But here's the thing, Scorpio. For those of you who don't reconcile, you peacefully come to terms with that. You sort of wake up one day, especially for those of you who really wanted to get back together with somebody. Maybe you were pursuing that aggressively. This could have been a partner pursuing you aggressively, okay? But reconciliation was something that was on the table. Somebody really wanted that, and then you just wake up and you're like, I'm over it. Complete peace of mind. Not burying emotion. Nothing, not revengeful. It's truly peaceful. Peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of spirit. And you're just like, all right, well, I'm done. And then you just keep moving, okay? So I see that for those of you that do reconcile, similar energy though, because you just decide, all right, well, the past is done. We're not having those conversations, completely over it. Let's move forward. Something happens over the next 2 weeks for you, Scorpio. You may have already arrived at that point coming into 15th or getting close by the time we reach April 15th here. But definitely by the end of the month, something helps you get some peace in terms of a reconciliation one way or the other. Okay, Scorpio, let's get a little bit more clarity on this. Scorpio in love. Whew. Yeah. Well, for those of you who just basically just get over it with the partner, there really may have been an issue on the table, but you're done. You're done talking about it. You're done being mad. Your partner's done being mad with you, you know, or mad at you. You guys are just like, I love you. Let's just do this. Why? Because this person is safe to love, right? It wasn't some crazy deceit. No one was trying to hurt you. You weren't trying to hurt anybody else. You guys just kind of got caught up on an issue. Maybe it was even a little bit of a karmic issue, but you have your clarity. You have your aha moment of peace, and you move forward, and you do it together. And honestly, once you arrive to that point, Scorpio, where you are truly peaceful, because trust this, I'm feeling the keys are in your hands with this peaceful resolution. Whether you walk away from somebody peacefully or you get back together peacefully, I feel like you're the one that's just like, let's just do this. And your partner is really shocked, like, wait a minute, you were so caught up on that issue, and you're like, but I'm not anymore. Let's not sweat it. Like, let's just never go back to that. And your partner has so much gratitude and is so full of love, but is genuinely shocked that you're just like, I don't care anymore. Like, genuinely. I'm not pretending that I don't care. This isn't a guard I'm putting up. I'm just over it. We're good. And you move forward. It's safe love. It's beautiful love. For those of you that applies to, you wind up having one of the most peaceful couple of weeks, especially getting into May. It's so peaceful and loving, but it's grounded. This actually helps those of you in couple relationships, especially if you have some legit separation and you do reconcile. It's like you turn the page. You actually wind up having a better relationship because someone dropped something. Scorpio, this could be your partner doing this. For a few of you, I feel like the majority of you, it'll be Scorpio saying, I'm over it, let's just do this and like be together. But you may find, Scorpio, that your partner says, look, I was really like caught up on this thing that you did or this issue that we had. I don't care anymore. I just want to be with you. That trumps all. Let's just like move forward. And you're pleasantly surprised. Oh, wait a minute, I thought we were broken up, and they're like, nah, it's cool, let's get back together. But it's actually really beautiful energy. The other message with this, Scorpio, it is safe for you to love now. You may actually have a new love that comes in that right from the get-go, almost from the day you meet this person. They're so stable, they're so grounded, they present to you this authenticity that is truly authentic, okay? It's not the persona of authenticity. It's real. You intuitively feel it and see it and hear it, okay? And all of a sudden you're like, don't know what I was so caught up on. I'm just going to move forward to this one because that's so much better even on day one and we don't even know each other yet. This is so much better intuitively. That's where I want to be. And then you are peacefully like, oh yeah, that reconciliation that I wanted, nah, I'm good. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing right out the gate for you, Scorpio. Expect to see this or to feel this start to happen around the 15th of the month. Some of you may get there a little earlier, but I'm really feeling like those kinds of breakthroughs, that transition of this peacefulness, however that winds up manifesting for you, Scorpio, it's around the 15th of the month, okay? Sitting at the core of this is still a karmic issue, but the message here is that the karmic issue is being resolved. That is a huge message here, sitting at the center of your reading, okay? The karmic issue is resolved because you or your partner finally forgive it and let it go. Sorry, I know I'm playing with my hair too much, Scorpio, but it was driving me crazy. Okay. You guys either resolve it because you just truly forgive it and your love trumps all and you're in it together. You move forward. It's healed now. And that's where the peace comes from. Or the karmic issue is resolved because you had enough of the old story. This new one that has showed up or is about to show up is such a brand new experience. It heals something karmically for you because you are so attracted to this new kind of experience that you could never go back to the old one. You just couldn't do it. That person on that first date, whether they stick around forever or if they were just someone who showed up as that soulmate to help you transition to a higher level of, it's like you've taken that experience to heart and you're like, oh, that's what I want. That stable, grounded love, that authenticity, that ultimately just that safe love. You want that environment where you can also be authentic, where you can be yourself and know that this person's going to stick around for the long run. All right. Of course, your cards are now flying off the table, Scorpio. Let me grab this for you. All right. This is what it is. We have this beautiful soulmate. So again, this person, if they're new, guarantee there's a soulmate connection. Now, this person may be a soulmate that shows up to help you heal the karma because they show you something safer and more grounded. And that's a part of this healing process that's happening over the next 2 weeks, Scorpio. Remember, big messages sits at the center. And then they may be on their way, okay? Because they teach you the lesson. They help you get back to that place of peace. And you arrive there and you're good. And you're content, okay? But I'm telling you this. If that happens, if that is a soulmate, which I guarantee you will be a soulmate, you will definitely recognize each other, have that those soul ties. That's why on a first date, you'll have that experience literally from the get-go. If they say, okay, that's why I showed up for you, we're going to move on. For whatever reason, that person doesn't stick around. I'm seeing more than one soulmate come through for you, okay? And they're probably going to be on the heels of that first person, just kind of popping in. And I know Scorpios, you guys will appreciate that. You're not going to get too caught up on, oh, that person won't stick around forever. You guys will get it. You will intuitively get that. I know you won't struggle with that message too much. It's like, you'll kind of know, oh, wow, well, you just gave me this awesome gift of closure ultimately and a piece so that I can move on. somebody bigger. It will feel like a bigger soulmate that is going to come in on the heels of them, but have so much gratitude for that person when they show up. Really learn that lesson, connect to that energy. It helps you finally detach from something that you may actually be obsessing over a little bit, even if you don't want to acknowledge it. You may have been obsessing over reconciliation, and all of a sudden you don't want it. You are free, Scorpio, when you get to that point. Much bigger love comes through. The other message for you guys is this. For those of you that say, hey, I'm letting go of the past, okay? I love you. We're doing this. We're sticking it out. We're either getting back together or we stayed together through some karmic issues. They are getting healed now. There's a safer environment as you guys just let go of the past. It's either you, it's them, it's both of you. Someone just says, I'm done. I'm done fighting over the same old stuff. I'm going to exercise more patience here. I'm going to see things from your point of view more often. I'm going to do my part to make sure this is a safer environment so that we can nurture this love, so that we can move forward and have this beautiful, healthy, safe, awesome relationship together. That person will be capable of that. If they say that to you, if they show up as that, you can trust them. Why? Because they also recognize that you guys have a soul connection. In that case, I don't see two soulmates coming through. You're not going to need that other soulmate, okay? The only way I sort of see a second person playing out is if you guys had a break. You may have had a date with somebody who was sort of the healing soulmate. They were only meant to pop in for a few seconds, but it taught you something that you can go back to the real love. Okay, you can go back to the relationship. It helps you get that peace. So ultimately, you guys can move forward together. Okay. But for the majority of you, if you do reconcile, there's nobody else in the picture. It's just that you have this aha moment and you really cherish the love. You have gratitude for it. The soul ties go so deep for you that you'd rather just work through it, drop guards, be vulnerable, let go of egos, okay? And trust that that will be an experience you and your partner will be having. That won't just be you having to do all that work. Look how beautiful this is. This safe love, however this shows up for you, Scorpio, whether you decide, okay, I'm moving away from the past, I want this safer love, or you say, hey, we're working through it, and we're resolving this now, like we're good, let's move on. They're your true love, the safe one. The safe love, however that manifests for you, it's your true love. That's what I'm saying. So again, for those of you where I said, if you're single, somebody might pop in, that soulmate real quick. The person on the back end of it is a much higher level soulmate that will stay. That's because they're your true love. For those of you sticking it out, it's not because you're oblivious. It's not because you want to settle. It's because you genuinely cherish this love. You know that it's real. You know that it's a true love. That's why you come back together. It's this. It's because you have this. It's worth letting go of the past to nurture this, to still be able to have this with the safe, beautiful soulmate that you love. Okay? Let's pull a few more cards. Let's get a little bit of clarity and a clarifier. Ooh, for this healing family issues. Yeah. Give your relationship a chance. If you're in a committed relationship, inevitably, you have some karmic stuff that is about to come up, you have been dealing with. For the majority of you, this won't be new in the month of April. You already know what I'm talking about. Work on your relationship, okay? You will get so much more out of sticking it out and coming back together, letting go of the past, than you will just saying, you know what, this is too hard, I don't want to do it with you anymore. If you're not one of those people that meets, the soulmate that gives you the peace and then now you're inspired just to move on, because obviously these are very different messages and different outcomes for some of you. And that's why when I started channeling that before I pulled cards, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. These are sort of different, but at the same time, the same energy and the same process, okay? So for those of you who wind up deciding, reconcile, let's just do this. I know we're soulmates, I know you're my true love. I'm just going to let it go. This is an affirmation that giving your relationship a chance. By doing that, you give your relationship a chance and it heals. Seriously, Scorpio, it heals. Even if it's such a big issue, you honestly can't see as of today, how could this just magically heal? You just have that moment. Something gets you there, okay? Okay, we have this past life relationship. It's just clarified by free yourself. For those of you, again, you meet this one, they give you that clarity, whether they stick around permanently or they're just that quick soulmate that gives you the clarity you need, that peace of mind, that closure. It helps you step away from obsessing over the ex or really, truly down to your core, desiring this reconciliation. This person gives you that freedom, okay? This is the message for you. The free yourself card and that message in terms of those of you sticking it out or those of you getting back together. It's really just about freeing yourself from the old karma so that you can do this, so that you really can stay together and move beyond it. Okay. Pay attention to the red flags surrounding your reading. What I will say is this. For those of you who are so caught up on reconciling, like you just can't entertain moving on, someone may show up for you. Again, I keep referring to this person as a soulmate that comes through. There will be a very important person. They're going to show you the red flags. When you all of a sudden have this experience of safe, peaceful, grounded love and connection with somebody, even if it's for like 2 seconds on a first date, but you really, really vibe with that, all of a sudden, you start seeing all the red flags of the ex, and that's why you're like, oh my God, we could never have safe love. This could never be peaceful and grounded and safe. That's why this crowns your reading. That message is for you. For those of you in committed relationships, this is not a traditional message, okay, with this card, but this is what I channel. If you are getting back together or you stayed together, recognize some of the red flags in your own behavior, okay? I know this isn't a traditional read, but this is what I'm channeling. Recognize that this karmic issue, whatever it was that made you guys separate or question maybe you should, what is it in your own behavior? How do you contribute to that? It's not saying you're to blame. It's not that at all. If someone's doing something, say somebody's very codependent in a relationship, and for you it's draining you and it's too much, do you nurture that? Do you nurture that sometimes? Do you allow that person to be codependent because by them always wanting to be with you, by them always needing you, it helps you feel a little more secure in a relationship? It's that sort of a red flag. That's the message I'm getting for you guys. Recognize how your behavior and what you allow, how that impacts your relationship, how that contributes to the things about your partner that are karmic issues that show up with you guys, that create issues in your relationship and some sort of disharmony there, okay? But also, too, if you're cross-watching, do the same thing. What is it about your behavior that also contributes? What are the red flags that come up when your partner's looking at you? What are those red flags? If you can acknowledge that in yourself and you work on that, that is how you will be able to give your relationship a real shot now. It can't just be about, all right, we can just give it, give it a go. I'm over it. We're just not going to talk about things from the past. Even though you're always in the wrong, I'll just forgive you. It's not that. It's like also holding yourself. Ultimately, the message with this, for those of you that this applies to that are coming back together or who have stayed together, it's really just holding yourself accountable for your own behavior, for your own energy. And again, it's not that you have done anything specifically that's a wrong. It's not even that, Scorpio. It's just what I'm feeling for the majority of you is just you've maybe allowed some behavior in a partner, maybe by not having those healthier boundaries, or maybe you've benefited a little bit. Maybe you've benefited, and you may not be conscious of it, right? But all of a sudden you go, oh, you're codependent and it drives me crazy, but wait a minute, that does make me feel more secure. And so sometimes I allow that behavior. All of a sudden, the aha moment that goes, oh, wait, I have peace of mind now. We can just let this go. Because all of a sudden, it's like the missing piece of the puzzle for you, Scorpio. All of a sudden, you go, I can be conscious of that now. I can have healthier boundaries. I'm not going to nurture that behavior at times when it suits me. Like, I'll see that in my own, I'll see that when that comes up with you. I'll see how that impacts me. We'll just squash it right there. Okay, we can work on this. And that's how you have that peaceful resolution to reconcile and come back together. I know there's a lot of sort of like, well, there's overlap here, right? But these are two different outcomes. You stay together, you don't stay together. Ultimately, there's peace here. I think you're still following me, Scorpio. Of all signs, I trust that Scorpios can intuitively follow a reading like this. But it comes through very intensely for you guys, right? I just want to deliver what universe is telling me to deliver. But, wow. Bottom of the deck, we have express your love, okay? Somebody's going to come back and be like, look, I love you. I have peace of mind now. Let's just do this. Or it's a new love, right? And they're going to express this beautiful, safe love to you, and it just heals you. Look at this. Look at this, right? Was this an issue for you, Scorpio? Just saying. And look at this. Okay? Bottom of the deck here, but these are important. These are important. This has been coming through strong since before I even pulled any cards for you guys. Okay? You get it, Scorpio. But ultimately here, you want to know what the beautiful message is here, Scorpio, whether you get back together or you decide to move on. Scorpio, this month you finally have your peace. You have peace of mind. You have peace of heart. You move forward and you're not struggling. You and your partner aren't struggling anymore. It really gets resolved. It really heals this month, okay? So embrace, however, it is of the highest good for that to manifest for you and for your partner. It really will be of the highest good as long as you have that peace of mind at the end of the day. Okay, Scorpio, love you guys. I'm so grateful to connect with you here. Again, if you would like to get a little more clarity on this, definitely reach out to me. We can schedule a personal reading. If you feel like you need some healing work to help you through the process, I'm happy to help you with that too. Scorpio, I will be back May 1st for your full month of May general and love reading. But in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, light, and gratitude, and I will see you back here soon. Ciao.